all you wizards and witches out there, and welcome to our craft time today. Or I guess I should say this is our Hogwarts painting class today. We are going to be painting Harry Potter rocks today. And I wanted to just show you some examples of what I did. And in no way do I expect you to do this. I've been painting and doing crafts for years, so I have some experience. But this is one that I did yesterday of Harry Potter. And I did one of Hedwig, his owl. His eyes are wrong, but I'm kind of critical. So ones that we are actually going to do today, we're going to do the wall that Harry Potter goes through to get to Hogwarts or get to the train station at 9 3/4. And we're going to do one that has the symbol. And we're going to do another one that I don't have an example of, that is just going to be a rock and it has the HP for Harry Potter on it. Because those are all three really simple designs. The hardest one is actually this one, and even this one's pretty easy. So let's get started. The supplies you will need are of course going to be rocks, and you can get them out of your garden or your yard or wherever. The important thing is not shape or anything, unless you want them to be a certain shape. The important thing is that you wash them and you dry them so that there's not any grit or dirt on them, because if there's grit or dirt on them, the paint will not stick to them. And also you'll get dirt and grit in your paint, which is not good. So just make sure that whenever you find the rocks that you scrub them and dry them, and make sure they're dry before you start painting on them. And then if you want them a certain shape, that's fine. Like I knew I wanted mine to be circular for this one. And I kind of looked for one that was kind of human shaped for Harry. The other things that you'll need for these particular ones, for the one that is for the Harry Potter one at the HP, you can do that in any color that you choose. I chose blue because I like blue. I really wanted the color purple, but I didn't have purple, so I chose blue instead. And the writing is going to be black. On this one, I had to kind of make the brick color because I had just a bright red, so I kind of combined red and brown until it kind of made the rust brick color. So you'll need a red and a brown. You'll need a white and a black. And then whatever color you want for your HP Harry Potter one. So the first thing you're going to do is you want to color them all the base color that you want so that they can start to dry. So let's do the brick one first, because that's the one we're going to have to do the most work on. So you just paint it, and it doesn't have to be a thick coat, but you just want to make sure that you cover all of it on the part that you can see. So you don't have to color the bottom at all, okay? If you do too thick of a coat, it's not going to dry very quickly. All right, so that's as thick of a coat as I'm going to put on there. So I'm going to put that to the side. Oh, you also need something to put your paint in. Like I have a little container here, but you can just use a paper plate if you want. And you'll need something to put water in to wash your brushes. And you'll need a thicker brush and a very thin brush for doing details. And of course, paper towels. And try not to get the paint on you, because the paint I use is acrylic paint, and once it dries, it does not come out. And it won't come out of clothing. So don't get it on you. All right, so I did that one, and we're gonna set it to the side and let it dry. And I'm gonna move these rocks out of the way because we're not doing those. All right, so the next one I'm gonna do is, I'll do this one as the Harry Potter one, so I'll do it as blue. And when I start to do more detail work, I'm actually gonna move the camera in closer and you can see. So just color it, and you don't even have to be very careful about it. As you can see, I'm just doing it very quickly, just making sure that I'm covering it on this base coat. The part that you want to be careful on is whenever you're doing that detail work that's coming up. And if you want to hurry up and make it dry quicker, you can use a hair dryer. That's what I use whenever I actually do it up at the Carnegie Library. So there's my blue. Wash that brush out. And now we're going to move on to this black one. And the black one is actually the one that I had the most problem with. For some reason, it took the longest to dry, and I don't know why. I just had the most problems with it. It might be that it's thicker paint. I'm not sure, but hopefully today it won't take that long to dry. And the paint is not really that expensive. I use this Craft Smart. It's like a Michaels brand, and you can get them, you can buy them separately, or you can buy them in these kits that they have that have like, I think they have like 4 and 8 and 12 different colors in them, and they're pretty inexpensive. Plus Michaels always has these coupons that you can get like 40% off. If I have one advice to give, it is do not use cheap brushes. All right, so that is done. So we wash our brush out again. And we're actually not going to need this brush again, because we're going to do everything with our smaller, more detailed brush. This is not quite dry yet. Like I said, at home, if it's not dry, you can use a hair dryer and dry it, and it's much, much quicker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the camera in closer, and you'll be able to see what I'm doing on the rock. All right, close. So this is going to be the one that we do to look like our train station that Harry runs through the wall to get to the train to Hogwarts. So it's 9 3/4. So what we have to do first is we take our small brush and we're going to put white on it, and we're going to draw lines across. So this direction, and it's still a little wet, but hopefully it'll be okay. And I always have a very shaky hand, so you'll have to forgive my shakiness. and I had a little too much paint on there at the beginning. So make sure you watch for that you don't have too much paint on whenever you first start. You just keep going across like this. You don't want them too close together because you're going to want them to look like bricks. And see, it's a little wet. So I kind of like do this to kind of get that brick color off and then put some more white on. And come down here and do it again. You want kind of a light hand to go across so your line is not too thick, like mine was at the very beginning. And maybe one more down at the very bottom here. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put lines up and down. So I'm going to put 2 up here. Actually, I'm going to put 3. And the key to making it look like brick is the one below it can't match up to the lines above it. So down here, it's going to be like right here, right here, and right here. And then this one is not going to match up to this one. So maybe over here, right here, right here, over here. Okay, so now it looks like a brick wall. We're going to put that one to the side until that dries. Let's see, what was our next one? I think it was blue. And it's still not dry either, as you can tell by my blue finger. This one's the one that we want to put the Harry Potter on. And we're going to put that in black. Always have your paper towel handy. And it's not good to put it beside you like I just had because you can get paint on yourself. And the way we want to write Harry Potter, so I'm going to show you on this paper. We're going to do the H, we go across like this first, like kind of a line. And then we kind of come down. So it kind of looks like a little mini tornado here. Then we come down like this because it's kind of fancy writing. And then we do kind of an upside down tornado at the bottom. That's the first little thing for the H. And the second one is a little taller than the first one. You might have to have parents' help for you to do this. And then they meet across. And they won't be so far apart as I did this one. So that kind of H. And then the P is going to kind of be the same type of thing, except for it's going to kind of end just like this. Just like that. Hopefully this is dry enough to write on. All right, we'll try. Sometimes in life, things don't always go the way you want them to, so you just have to deal with it the way you have to deal with it. It's not actually too bad. And don't worry about if you have a shaky hand like I do, because it kind of looks, you know, kind of shaky. So that is perfectly okay. You know, you do the best you can, and that is good enough. We're not experts at this. And by the way, I would love if, when you're done with your rocks, if you would take pictures of them and post them to this post on Facebook and show me your artwork. I would love it. And also, if you want to take them up to the Carnegie, you can actually hide your rocks up at downtown Newnan. The only thing I tell you though is do not hide them over by the old courthouse, because they will, if they find them on the courthouse grounds, they actually throw them out. But you are perfectly welcome to hide them around the court square for other people to find. And you can look for rocks yourself while you're there. And I believe you can take a picture of them, the ones that you find, and you can post the picture. I think it's on Newnan Rocks on Facebook, and show your own rocks on there. So this is what it looks like. Yay! And if you want to, you can even on here, on this rock, you can put a lightning bolt or his scar up at the top. It's really wet up the top, but I'm going to try. Well, that didn't turn out very good. Let me try that again. That's the thing about rocks, is if you mess it up, you can take some blue, go over that black, and try again later whenever it's dry. But it is dry down here, so I'm going to try it down here instead. I think my brush is just a little too big. So, something like that. All right, And I think this one is still a little wet, but this one is mainly dry. So now we can do our sign for this. And this one is in white. So we're going to take white. Remember, you want to do a light hand, which I did not have whenever I first did that one. And you want to make a triangle. So remember, if you do it really light the first time, you can always go over it again. Whoops. All right, so there's my triangle. So now I want to do a line right down the middle, up and down, okay? Remember, not too much paint either on there. So just like that. And then the last thing is a circle through the middle, okay? Oops, got too close there. So a circle through the middle, just like that. So that wasn't too hard, was it? And if you want to, you can always put like a white ring around the outside if you want more design on there. I decided I didn't want to do that, but you can do it if you want. And our last one is to finish this one, and we're going to use black again. And we're going to write 9 3/4, and we write it kind of fancy because you know everything at Hogwarts is kind of fancy. So we come over and we go, and we don't close our 9, kind of keep it open. We come down like this. Okay, so kind of like that. And then we make a little 3 that kind of looks like a side of a lowercase m. So like 2 humps. So like that. And then a line right below it that's diagonal, just like if you were doing a fraction. So like that. And then F4. Just like that. 9 3/4. And then we're finished. See, that wasn't so hard. It looked a lot harder than what it is. And now you have your Harry Potter rocks. You have this one and this one, which you thought would be more difficult, but it wasn't. And our one that says HP for Harry Potter. You guys did an awesome job. Let me put this back up. All right, there we go. Now you can see me again. You guys did an awesome job. I'm so proud of you. So now at home, you can do your own Harry Potter rocks and you can come up with your own design. And if you want ideas, you can go on to Pinterest, or you can go even do Google and put in Harry Potter rock designs or Harry Potter rock painting, and it will come up with other designs that you might want to try too. So that is the end of our rock painting class here at our Harry Potter Academy. So thank you for joining me today. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Thanks.